Have you ever wondered how it all started? I mean, everything we know about crypto, the massive exchanges, the digital fortunes, the entire revolution, it all began with a single, humble transaction. Today, we're going back in time, all the way to January 12th, 2009, to witness the birth of a financial era. This is the story of the first Bitcoin transaction ever made. Just 3 days after launching the Bitcoin network on January 9th, 2009, its mysterious creator Satoshi Nakamoto was ready for the next big step. He had mined the first block, the Genesis block. But for his creation to be a true peer-to-peer electronic cash system, it needed to actually move between peers. But who would be the other person in this historic moment? Enter Hal Finney. If you've been in the crypto space for a while, his name is legendary. Finney was a brilliant computer scientist, a prominent cryptographer, and one of the earliest members of the cypherpunks, a group of activists advocating for the use of strong cryptography to protect privacy. He was one of the very few people who saw the potential in Satoshi's white paper from the get-go. While many others were skeptical or simply ignored Satoshi's emails, Hal was intrigued. He downloaded the Bitcoin software on the day of its release and started running it. He and Satoshi were the only two people running the network in those first few days. Hal was even helping Satoshi debug the code, reporting bugs he found along the way. So, on January 12, 2009, the moment arrived. Satoshi initiated a transaction from his wallet to Hal Finney's. The amount? 10 Bitcoin. That's right, 10 BTC. The transaction was recorded in block 170 of the Bitcoin blockchain. It was simple, it was elegant, and it was monumental. Think about that for a second. At the time, those 10 Bitcoin had virtually no monetary value. They were just digital tokens, a proof of concept exchanged between two pioneers. Hal Finney himself later wrote, "I was the recipient of the first Bitcoin transaction, when Satoshi sent 10 coins to me as a test. It was just a test that would lay the foundation for a multi-trillion-dollar industry." Now, let's put the value into perspective. If you held onto those 10 Bitcoin, depending on the market's peak, they would have been worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's mind-boggling, right? But for Hal, it wasn't about the money. He was fascinated by the technology. He saw its potential to empower individuals and change the very nature of finance. Hal even tried mining himself. He famously tweeted on January 11, 2009, "Running Bitcoin." He mined a few blocks but stopped fairly quickly. Why? His computer was running hot, and the fan noise was bothering him. It's a funny and very human reason when you think about the millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin he could have accumulated. But again, for him, the value was in the idea, not the price. This first transaction wasn't just about sending digital data, it was the ultimate proof that Satoshi's system worked. It proved that Bitcoin could be transferred between two independent parties without needing a bank, a credit card company, or any central authority. It was the first real spark of a decentralized financial revolution. It validated the entire concept of the blockchain as a secure and transparent public ledger. The relationship between Satoshi and Hal is also one of crypto's greatest mysteries. They corresponded through emails, working together to refine the nascent network. But they never met in person, and Hal always maintained that he did not know Satoshi's true identity. Some have even speculated that Hal Finney himself was Satoshi Nakamoto, or part of a group under that pseudonym. This theory gained traction because of his early involvement, his expertise in cryptography, and his writing style, which some analysts found similar to Satoshi. However, Hal always denied it. He provided evidence, such as email logs and transaction data, showing his correspondence with Satoshi during the time the first transaction occurred. It seems he truly was just the first believer, the first adopter, the perfect person to receive that historic first transfer. Tragically, Hal Finney was diagnosed with ALS in 2009, the same year Bitcoin was born. As his illness progressed, he became paralyzed, but his mind remained sharp. He continued to program and contribute to the Bitcoin community, using an eye-tracking system to write code. His passion for a decentralized future never wavered. Hal passed away in 2014 and was cryopreserved with his family, hoping that future technology might one day revive him. He left behind a legacy as a true pioneer. So, that first transaction of 10 BTC was more than just a transfer of coins. It was a handshake across the digital void. It was a symbol of trust between its creator and its first true believer. It was the moment an abstract idea, written in a white paper, became a living, breathing reality. Every single crypto transaction that happens today, whether you're buying a coffee with Bitcoin, trading NFTs, or exploring DeFi, stands on the shoulders of that initial test between Satoshi Nakamoto and Hal Finney. It reminds us that the most revolutionary technologies often start small, with a simple test, fueled by curiosity and a belief in a better way of doing things. It's a powerful story about vision, collaboration, and the quiet, world-changing power of a single line of code. What do you think about this incredible piece of history? It really puts the journey of cryptocurrency into perspective. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching and diving into this story with me. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, please hit that like button. And do UNT? Forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do UNT? Miss our next exploration into the fascinating world of technology. See you in the next video.